I am making this one about the O'Neill 1 SRS helmet. Not only do we make the mount custom designed for the mating surface of the helmet, we give it lots of mating surface so it sticks really well. It's not going to fall off your helmet. It's designed around all of the vents so you don't get in the way of that. We also make it so that it sits far enough away from the helmet so that you can get a tip back angle and you can get a parallel view of the terrain that you're riding over, which is pretty cool. It allows you to see basically what you're seeing when you're riding on the bike. So we set it up so that it's parallel with the top of the eye port, which is basically as high as you can look when you're standing on the bike. Works really well with the GoPro media mod and everything. We've designed it for that. You can see here it's kind of flexible. It's a very hard material, but it's still flexible enough to be impact resistant. You can really beat on these. We did a test where we ran these over with a truck. We also smashed them with sledgehammers and we dropped bricks on them. And we did that to the same mount. And at the end of it, it was fine. The mount was perfectly usable after that. They're mounted to the GoPro with this 3M mounting adhesive. That's the same stuff that GoPro uses on their sticky foot. We do sell replacement tape on our website, but we glue the tape to the mount using Gorilla Clear Grip glue. And it just makes it so that the tape sticks to the mount that much better. It's really strong and really is never going to come off unless you want it to. The other thing that we've done, you may notice by now that this mount is a little bit different than the ones on here. The difference is that we've added this additional lobe underneath. Now this is our light mount version, and what it does is it allows you to put a light on underneath where you would mount the GoPro, and so that way you can get really good night riding footage. It allows you to ride better at night. You can see into the corners as you're turning through turns on trails, and it also gives you the second perspective of light when you're riding. The light on your bike is going to shine across the terrain that you're riding over, and it's going to leave black holes kind of in the trail. If you're riding over like whooped out sections or if there's rocks, you're not going to be able to see what's on the other side of the rock because there's going to be a shadow there from your bike. When you're standing up on your dirt bike and you're looking down on the terrain, you're filling in those dark holes with the light that's on your helmet light. So it gives you that key position to mount a light, and it makes it so much easier to ride at night. The mount allows it to be fully adjustable. You can point it straight down. You can also point it basically straight up. What you can also do, you can mount two of these, one right side up and one upside down. It's a lot of light. So when you go to mount one of our mounts, what you're going to want to do, the first thing, you want to make sure that you understand where it's supposed to go before you peel off the sticky pads and just slap it on there. We're going to supply you with a couple of alcohol cleaning swabs, so just clean down the mounting surface before you put the mount on there. Peel off these tape backings. You want it to be mounted exactly where it's supposed to be mounted in its resting position. I like to hold the helmet between my knees facing me because it just makes it easier. Line it up before you press it down. Just make sure you have it in the right spot. And then once you're certain you've got it there, just press it down and then it should never come off. Just real quick, I wanted to talk about why we got into the chin mounting business. What it does when you're mounting it on the chin bar of the helmet is it gives you the lowest possible point of view of the terrain that you're riding over while still being mounted to your head, as opposed to it being mounted on top of the helmet where you're looking down on the terrain that you're riding over, which makes everything look flat. This is giving you a perspective of the terrain that is more realistic to what you're seeing when you're riding over it. Or as opposed to it being on the side of the helmet, it keeps it centered with your point of view so you don't have that kind of like off-centered kind of cockeyed feeling when you're watching the footage. The other thing that's nice about chin mounting is that it gives you the protection where it's mounted on top of your helmet or to the side of your helmet. It could get snagged by a tree branch and knock your GoPro off your helmet completely, and you may not even know it. The last thing is that it's right in front of your mouth, so if you're talking to the camera at all, or if you're doing any kind of motor vlogging, the audio reception is much better from what you're saying as opposed to it being mounted on top of the helmet. I ride hard for like 10-15 minutes and then I take a break, let my hands regain their feeling. The last thing I want to talk about is what comes in the box. So you're going to get a chin mount, a GoPro screw, a couple of alcohol cleaning swabs to clean your helmet when you mount it. You're going to get our original Wannabe sticker, podcast sticker, the Wannabe's Mobcast. Check that out. This sticker, which Gail's daughter designed and is now in our box, a warranty card, and this is a link to our product support page. So if you have any questions or anything like that, check that out. The last thing is that we sell a bunch of extra accessories. So if you have the GoPro Hero 311 and you want to shoot a native aspect ratio for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, those sorts of things. You're going to want to rotate the camera so that it records in the native aspect ratio of the phone, so that way you can get the full pixels within that aspect ratio. We sell replacement lenses for the GoPro Hero 9, 10, and 11. These are good to have in your bag, just in case you catch a rock to the GoPro screen and it cracks it. You can replace these on the fly. And lastly, we sell these replacement GoPro doors, which are made for external charging. You can see here the original GoPro battery doors don't have these windows that allow you to plug a USB-C cable into the GoPro, so if you're not using the media mod, you can plug a USB-C cable in and charge your GoPro externally while you're riding. Check these out. They're all on our shop. There will be links in the description below for this mount and for all of the other things that I've talked about. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, buy a mount. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.